The music boys back up in the building. All right, so this week we decided to bring back a little segment that Mikey B and I haven't done in a while. And we usually have other people with us, but doesn't mean we can't do the episode. So we are bringing back all about the culture, and all about the culture was more music related and pretty much whatever else we wanted to talk about. So for this week, we are gonna jump back into music just because we haven't talked about that in a long time, and probably have some pretty cool stuff to talk about. Mikey B, you want to take it away?
Certainly, yes. With summer finally arriving, that means summer concerts, festivals, and street festivals are hitting the scene. Things are getting. We both recorded from the Chicagoland area, so things are getting better in Chicago. So it's exciting time. So the big thing, well, one of the big events that happens in Chicago is Ravinia, which is going to go back in full force. That happened in like the north suburbs. Is this going to be an interesting one? Because I don't feel Ravinia really caters to our musical sensibilities per se, but you never know. I'm not going to pigeonhole my man Josh. He might surprise me with some of his takes.
Hey, man. Hold on, let me catch myself before I get a little too crazy. Okay, so Ravinia.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ravinia is more for like my uncles and aunts who,
true.
really want to go, see Earth, Wind, and Fire or something. Which, don't call me wrong, that's kind of a bad example because I would love to go see Earth, Wind, and Fire there. But, like, it's a little more catered to,
Hmm.
older people. And, there are times where Ravinia will have like one or two guests that will like really throw, it's the curveball for
Hmm.
them. So the last 2 years, I've seen two artists there that I would have never fucking imagined would be at Ravinia, dude.
Yeah.
One of them was Ti. Ti was there like 2 years ago, and last year or 3 years ago, and then 2 years ago it was 50 Cent. So come on, that's
Yeah,
if
you
you
never
get
know.
you get Curtis Jackson there, man. There's a place for everybody, dude.
Oh, that is very true. Music is definitely universal.
So yeah, Santana's been there a couple times, but what I really want to go see at Ravinia, dude,
Yeah.
is it's one of those shows where they do the orchestras with the movies.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh man, because I would love to go see Empire and John Williams or people doing John Williams music there. Making that shit
Hmm.
come to life, man. That'd be cool. So I would dig that, man. So I don't know who else is gonna be there. They haven't
I'll list
really.
I'll list a couple of people, see if it see what hits.
There we go.
Obviously, I'm gonna pick people I think you're at least remotely familiar with, and then we'll move on from there. So I got a few more other festivals to talk about, but let's get at it. How do you feel about Ziggy Marley? How do you feel about reggae in general?
I like reggae, man, but it's got to be like a whole mood to it, but not to go see him specifically. So, 50-50.
50-50, fair enough, fair enough. There's another group that's like I'm gonna call it like 90s grunge night, which I think you have some appreciation for 90s grunge, I believe.
I do.
I do. I'm just trying to remember all the artists that are playing. I think this is happening in September, but because this is a live podcast and I did not prep this properly, it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Is it Train?
No, no, because I know you wouldn't like Train. Come on. But no,
That's why his,
it
that's why
was
Mikey
like
B is my guy. He knows.
it was like no, it was like three bands, and like, 'cause there's three bands because they all had like enough hits to be popular, but not like this isn't like I think like last year they had like Matchbox 20, which is like obviously they have more hits that they could do a whole
Mhm.
night. But I think one it was like better than Ezra, Tonic, and then another band. Like let's say what's that band that sings? Oh come on! Oh, I got it now. Is it? It was. Oh, here we go. It was. I think. Yeah. Here we go. No, this is not happening. Here we go again for a second time, possibly. Actually, yeah. Yes, this is it. It's better than Ezra, Collective Soul, or Tonic. Do any of those? They're semi one-hit wonderish bands. Hit any? Do you remember any of those bands from the '90s?
Fuck no, dude. I don't know who any of these people are. Okay,
Then
so
this,
I have this list up too, and I'm looking at it, and I
yeah.
passed that like 3 times because the dude next to him looks really funny. But like, I don't know who that is, man. So
Then
I don't.
I guess their one hit wonders were not well enough I guess they didn't get played enough at Q101 for for you to remember them that well.
Yikes!
Which is perfect. Yeah, which is
I would
perfect. Which is fine. No problem. How
out
you?
of the, I'm looking at this list, man. My bad. I mean to kind of like jump in there, but
No, no.
I'd
Do
go
it.
see Willie Nelson.
Ooh,
It's
see,
a
I
really
would not.
curveball.
I would not think of that. But look at that, Willie Nelson, August 14th. Very
Just
nice.
because Willie Nelson he's a big name, man, and
Yep. Yep.
I don't listen to a lot of his music, but I would love to go experience him live. You
That'd be a
know what
cool
I mean?
thing.
Like
Does it have it?
just to see and just to kind of like
Mm-hmm.
I know he's just like an icon to some people,
True.
and I want to go see why. And if I get to see him before he passes, that would be cool. So
Good
we'll dig
choice.
that.
Very good.
But other than that, yeah, they don't have anyone that's really crazy in here. Like I was kind of saying,
No,
like,
no Ti or no, like you said, no Ti, no 50 Cent, no, nothing.
Right.
Yeah, good. Which is kind of wild to think about that. Like hip hop and rap has been around for so long that like those acts are now like almost nostalgic acts for for people. That's like you could have that, so it's not as wild as you think. It's like 50 Cent's been around since like when did Get Rich or Die Trying come out? Like the early
oh
2000s.
man, yeah,
So like we're
long time
talking almost
ago.
like 20 years, and like Ti is the same thing with when did Rubber Band Man come out? Probably the same
Probably
time.
the same time, yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking almost 20 years. So yeah, it's funny to think about that. Like that music was that at that time was so you're like you didn't want your parents to catch you listening to it. All of a sudden now it's like all
Yeah,
of a sudden it's
man.
like you and your parents be like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll go see that bill with you.
Yeah, for sure. But
It's
also
funny.
Brian McKnight's gonna
Brian,
be there.
that's a good
I
choice.
could dig that too. So
Brian Knight's a nice choice.
you never know who I'll go sneak around and see.
Yeah. So no,
Which
it's. I heard it's really beautiful out there. Like this, like regardless of the music, it's it's a cool like scene.
it's a very like suburban soccer mom type of vibe thing because it's like
Fair enough. Maybe not. Maybe
we
not
can
as cool
sneak
as I
in
like
wine.
it.
Like we can sneak in wine and cheese. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them shits because like I've heard all the stories because people I know went to it and they talked about it. And you can sneak your own booze and people sneak wine in. So,
Gotcha. So
but
maybe
okay,
that.
so
Go.
I'm trying to transition to the next
Me too.
festival.
I'm trying to transition to. Well, speaking of, I'm
Okay.
trying to transition to Riot Fest, which is going to really.
Oh
I'm
damn,
trying to find a way to transition to Riot Fest from soccer moms and cheese and wine
dude. Well,
to
here's
punk rock. But give
here's
it a go, Josh.
here was gonna be my transition. I was gonna transition into Summerfest, right?
Sure. I was
So
gonna say
I
local
was gonna
still.
say like love to see the huge variety of bands that I would never see, which you could find that great collection of artists and guests at Summerfest.
True.
Just because the lineup dropped and I saw that Styx was gonna be there,
Yep.
which I'd go catch a couple hits from Styx, but then at the same time I can go see fucking the Zach Brown band or
Hmm.
there's just a lot of stuff and it was kind of like a good variety of things you might never listen to go catch. You know what I'm saying?
So true. So true. So very
So
true.
let me pull this up real quick since I kind of transitioned into it and
Sure.
let's we'll talk about it a little bit. So Summerfest has been announced this year.
Have you ever been to
Finally.
Summerfest?
Oh my God! Almost every year.
Oh,
Man.
nice. Good. So you have a good authority. I've never been. So
Yeah, Summerfest.
you
I
give me the
love
lay of the land.
Summerfest, man. Summerfest, like I said, it's a great place for you to just see new bands or people that you wouldn't, normally go see
Hmm.
in shows. You know what I mean? For example, I've seen the Roots there plenty of times because they're there almost every year. You go see the Roots, you get to go see the Wailers. They're always there too. 311's almost always there too. You get to see some like older guests. Like T.I. has been there, Ludacris has been there. Like it's just a good variety of stuff, man. Rise Against is always there too. So you can catch a pretty good set, man. You can just walk around and go see whoever you want. And it's a lot of fun, man. In the middle of like downtown, you're like it's got a really good vibe to it at night. So
Do you go for like the main attraction, like when they have it at like the amphitheater, or do you just go for
sometimes
like the festival days where like you get to see a whole bunch of bands? Like, I would assume.
it depends, man, because I love like the main acts because I've seen John Mayer there like 5 or 6 times, I think. And
Hmm.
I saw Kanye West there. Who else have I seen there? Stone Temple Pilots. I've I've made my ways to the big venues, right? But then it's
Hmm.
also nice because you can still walk around because like once those shows end, like the main amphitheater ones,
Yeah.
you can still go catch like the last 20 minutes of a set at like the Harley Davidson or whatever. But that's not
Gotcha.
what it's called anymore because they not sponsored. But
Sure. It's a corporate thing.
um, yeah. So I'm just gonna read some of the names, man, that
Sure.
you
Go.
we could
Take over.
potentially like go, go see. Chance the Rapper's gonna be there. Chance
Yes.
hasn't dropped a lot of music recently, so I don't want it to be the same show as like 2 years ago. So not sure how I feel about that. If you're into the Jonas Brothers, they're gonna be there. Chris Stapleton, Sheryl Crow. I'm gonna go see the Zach Brown Band. I dig them.
Hmm.
I don't know if you like Dave Matthews, Miley Cyrus. Run the Jewels is gonna be there. It's
True.
gonna be dope. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
If I could see them twice in a year, I'll do it. Um, who else? Who else? G Easy. I don't know if you're into G Easy, Diplo, the Pixies,
Pixies are
um,
interesting.
ZZ Top, Rise Against,
311's there, I see.
311. Yep, DJ Diesel, which is Shaq,
Uh-huh.
which you can catch me at that, man. If I to get fully vaxxed up, ready to rumble, man, you're gonna see me at DJ Diesel's show.
Black Pumas are a good band.
Yeah, but see, also too, like you're kind of scrolling down this list as I am too, as I can kind of
Yep.
notice.
Black
But
Pumas good.
you'll see that the Google Dolls are gonna be there. You know, what
I
I mean?
did
So
see
you have
that.
like a good variety, and T-Pain. Dude,
T-Pain.
T-Pain's making his way back, man, and I'm really rooting for T-Pain this year. So you can catch him there. REO Speedwagon's always there. You know, if you dig that. Ludacris, Joan Jett, the Struts,
Yep.
OAR, Nelly, and we could keep going. But Mikey B, I see
Yes,
that
sir.
you have the same list that I do. Is there
Yes.
anybody in there that you would like to see too that I haven't named so far?
Da-da-da-da. Just going down to see. I like going down to the bottom and then work my way up. Kenny Hoopla's a really good. Kenny Hoopla is kind of a new guy on the alternative rock scene. He's doing some interesting things. He has kind of trying to bring back that like pop punk sound a little bit. He has a couple songs with Travis Barker that's making some waves in the old radio
Nice,
and
dude.
internet. So he's an interesting act. That would be interesting to see. Ooh, a legend, DJ Jazzy Jeff. That would be awesome to see. He's a real don't dunk on DJ Jazzy Jeff. Don't think like he's just like Princess Bel Air's like DJ. This dude is like a straight up hip hop legend. He's produced a lot of instrumental tracks that are very good, and he's beyond us. What he was doing when he was on Fresh Prince of Bel Air. He's really really talented. He's really a true legend in the game. Cold War Kids would be cool to see. That would be awesome to see that. No, and yeah, 311 would be awesome to see, which you mentioned. Then yeah, I would definitely co-sign to see Run the Jewels for I think now for my third or fourth time I've seen them. Yeah, so they always put on a good show.
Nice.
Yeah. So no, like it's quite a diverse lineup. You could really like zigzag around and see, a classic
Anybody.
act to like a modern act to act that's coming up. Like I said, yeah, it's anybody and everything. So it's like it's really wide and diverse. So it's awesome. And it's like I know it's like super cheap just to go like to like the festival stage and not like worry about going to like the amphitheater and seeing like the main act. If you just like I think it's super cheap just to spend like whatever bucks it takes to get to the festival stage and see a whole bunch of acts for the day.
Yeah, man, that's what I was gonna say too. Is like it's very reasonable, man. It's not like $80 to a day to get there. You know what I mean? Like they're very good at like making their prices, reasonable per day. So
I'm seeing multi-day passes starting at $57, which is extremely low when you consider how much we pay for Chicago for one day.
my only thing is about that, man, and like I
Sure.
know like this really won't like matter to you, but parking sucks up there, dude. But other than that, it's pretty cool, man. So probably catch yourself with like an Airbnb, but they're probably gonna charge you up the ass for a bunch of stuff. But
Tell me the vibe. You had really good insight on the vibe of Ravinia. Tell me the vibe of Summerfest. What are we dealing with? Are we still dealing with soccer moms and sneaking in wine, or what's the vibe?
fuck no. Summerfest is your underage drinking like mecca, dude. Like
Gotcha.
it's just so rad up there, man, and like it's just always just trying to get a couple, because you can buy booze up there when you're,
Mm,
I think 18. I think I don't know if
sure.
that's a thing. Don't quote me, man, but I'm pretty sure you could buy it on like not when you're not 21.
Got it.
Um, but yeah, pick up some booze, man, and just get a couple day drinks going on and just enjoy yourself, man. Especially when it was during the summer, man. Like in July to the end of July, end of June. You know what I mean? Like it was right, man. Midsummer, underage drinking is what it reminds me of, but it's a vibe, man. Just because a whole bunch of people, man. Just because, like I said, that lineup is so diverse, and you can
True.
catch anyone and everyone there, man. Like, I would see a bunch of like older people when they would go see like not Sticks, but like there are a bunch of older bands there too, and people just for the love of music, man, is where you'll see a lot of people up there too. So fucking awesome. You would say it's quite the riot up there.
Nice.
Wink, wink.
Great transition, man. You're 2 for 2 on this. So currently the only major festival that's happening in Chicago is currently Riot Fest. There's some hope that Lollapalooza might drop in August, but that's just hopeful thinking. That's just wishful thinking. So currently we got Riot Fest. Sorry, we do have North Coast Fest, which we could talk about also. But the reason I want to talk about Riot Fest, only one thing, is with My Chemical Romance pulling out of 2021 and going to 2022. Who would be at that level for you that would be a good replacement? I know when you bought Riot Fest tickets, this was your number one reason to go to Riot Fest is to catch the MCR reunion. So what would fill that gap for you this year? 'Cause you still have those tickets, and unless you're gonna flip them, what would entice you to go? What would be a band to be like, yeah, this replaces that feeling?
This was heartbreaking, man. Like this hurt. I was like, man, fuck, dude. Like, it's like the one time I pulled the trigger on the actual like full day pass, man. Like the full weekend pass, and like knowing that the one band it's not gonna be there sucks. But I mean, the Smashing Pumpkins are pretty cool, man. I would love to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Coheed's dope. I don't
Mm-hmm.
really give a shit about Vic or Lupe. I don't really care about Taking Back Sunday is meh.
Mm-hmm.
Simple Plan, nah. But who would make it worth it? Because there's two question marks on the banner that I'm seeing on their website. The Mars Volta.
Woo! That's a good one.
Give me a Mars Volta reunion show, dude.
That's a good one.
I'm fucking there, man. Damn, who'd be the other one, man? I don't know.
I know, yeah, because I'm on the website too, and they're saying Final Wave will arrive within the next couple of weeks. They say the first half of May, and obviously we're in May, so very soon we'll find out.
Oh,
But Mars
man.
Volta is a good choice because I believe it's like I mentioned it's off mic. I gave you that like demo version because it's the 20th anniversary of that one of their
The
their
Laos
first.
and the
Yep. So Mars Volta does make a lot of sense. It's their 20th anniversary. They're releasing a new deluxe EP with all the extras and bonuses. Mars Volta is a great choice.
that would be amazing.
And it fits the bill of like Riot Fest of that kind of like punk, emo, screamo core type thing. Perfectly
Yeah, 'cause
hardcore.
Well, because 2 years ago they had at the drive-in there too, so it's not like they were never there.
True.
So,
That's a great
that would
choice,
be
Josh.
So dope, man. I
That
love
would definitely get me interested in purchasing tickets because it's seeing Mars Volta at the drive-in. Nowadays that's very rare because
Yeah, man.
they're not.
It's like,
I don't. They're not. Some of the band members are not so much on a friendly terms. So
yeah, like, man.
that's very rare. That'll be tough. That'll be awesome. That'll be a great one. I can't. That's so good that I don't even want to waste time on a second one.
I mean, that works too because I was gonna say the White Stripes for the other one, but even though that's like bad blood there too, so it's like I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But
True.
that would be cool.
It would.
Yeah,
be.
man. Is there somebody? I know I kind of like took it with that one, but is there someone you would love to see that would make you get the pass, man? Not even the whole pass, but maybe like the day, right? So let's say you're looking for like, I don't know, man. I can't even think of a band off the top of my head that would be like.
I'm trying to think of like at that level of an MCR or an at the drive-in that would be like, oh man, I never thought they would ever play a concert or like reunion again or play another concert again.
Also, while you think of that, dude, I'm looking at this list. Gogol Bordello is pretty fucking wild live. I saw him when I went to Riot Fest like 2 years ago. That shit was crazy, dude.
Oh, they have a great lineup, especially if you're looking at the small print. Like you mentioned him, I think I saw Radkey. Radkey is a great band. I saw at Riot Fest a couple of years ago. So no, Riot Fest just on itself is ready. I think really worth it without like anything, without the surprises of something new happening. What would I'm trying to think of an artist that would work. As I think of an artist, we'll come back to that later. We'll go to the final festival that's happening in Chicago. I'll be interested to hear about this because we, back in our working together days in the dev room, I would hear music of this type of. I would hear music from this genre, blast every once in a while. So I'm talking about is EDM dance music, which is a huge genre, probably the second most popular genre of music behind rap hip hop, I would say. And this is a big thing. Happens in North Coast. Happens at the SeatGeek Stadium, which is somewhere in Chicago. I can't and they have if you're super into like EDM and dance music, it is your thing. Like the headliners are Sunday it's Zed's Dead, on Saturday it's Grizz, and then on Friday it's Cascade with Louis the Kid backing him up. Your boy Shaquille O'Neal is once again on the lower bill. Diesel is doing his thing. It's interesting. Before this event used to have like some assembly of like hip hop and rap and some punk, but now this is really going straight towards just like dance music all the time, which is a smart move.
Which is not bad, man, because then you have like other stuff that's kind of like taking over like more hip hop style festival, which is Lyrical Lemonade, which I have that pulled up that I could kind of share after this. But I'm not mad at this, man. Like I'm not mad that like Chicago is trying to have their own like dance festival. You know what I mean? Because I'm obviously not like really I don't know what they have like dance wise here, because I know they have Ultra and like Miami and stuff, but like
true.
To have this one in Chicago would be pretty cool. I don't know any of these people, man.
Fair enough.
So I mean, Diesel, obviously. San Holo, I've heard a couple times. Nightmare sounds dope. I think Nightmare is actually, I've heard a couple of their songs before. So, but yeah, this seems like a really good workout playlist. So,
gotcha. And I have artists. Once you're done, I have artists for Riot Fest. It took me a bit to think about it, but I have artists.
Okay, we'll get to that. I'm going to kind of briefly run through Lyrical Lemonade, man, because this is going to be like our, Rolling Loud, man. This is going to be
Where's
awesome.
Lyrical Lemonade where's that being held?
Grant Park. Douglas Park, I'm sorry.
Got it.
So I'm going to share this in the chat with you so you can take a look at. There it is.
Thank you, sir.
But Lyrical Lemonade is, you could probably catch me there, man, because that's about to go down. This is going to be awesome.
Okay.
So we have Friday, August 20th. ASAP Rocky's going to be there.
Ooh.
ASAP Rocky, I could dig that. Sway Lee's going to be there. Not a lot of other people, but as I kind of go on through the weekend, Saturday, Lil Baby's going to be there. I'll go see Lil Baby, man. Earl Sweatshirt's going to be there. Gunna, Ski Mask, Famous Dex, Internet Money. A lot of up-and-coming hip-hop artists, but like definitely big names to get you to come through,
No doubt.
And then Sunday you got Lil Uzi Vert, Benny the Butcher is awesome. Carnage is pretty dope. Pooh Shiesty, that's good, man. I listened to his album last week. Awesome. Waka Flocka is going to be there, Young M.A. Some pretty good names to get you to this festival, man. I would definitely go catch all these headliners.
Nice.
Not even going to lie. I've seen Uzi before, but definitely Lil Baby is riding this wave right now, so I could dig it for sure. So that's a little brief about Lyrical Lemonade. So Mikey B.
No, thanks for sharing. This is another festival I did not know about. Awesome.
Yeah, this one looks good.
Yeah, so
cool,
Chicago's man. Chicago's doing really well. We got if Lollapalooza rolls through with their kind of wide variety lineup, then Chicago Summer Festivals are, we're back in business.
Yeah, it's gonna be
We're
sick,
back,
man.
because Lala happens the first week in August, and Lyrical Lemonade is, towards the end of August, and then we got Riot Fest, and then Pitchfork could be happening in September. We're Chicago music scenes. We're making moves, man. It's been a while, so I'm excited that it's happening.
The fall just got really expensive.
That's a very nice way of putting it. I have two artists I thought of. One
All
is
right.
kind of a newer, like one is new, just because it just released a new album that I like quite a bit. Royal Blood just dropped a new album called Typhoon. So it's just excellent. I really highly recommend you listen to that one. So they're kind of a newer act. But for nostalgia's sake, I just thought for nostalgia's sake, I wouldn't be mad if Paramore made a comeback. I enjoy Paramore.
Nice, dude.
Paramore got some. Paramore got hits. I enjoy them. They got some. They're good. So if for a nostalgic act, a Paramore reunion would be an interesting would be fit nicely at Riot Fest.
Nice, dude. That's a good one. Why? Oh man, that's so interesting. Out of like all like the pop punk bands, Paramore sticks out. But I can't even lie, man. I know some of their songs. I could dig that shit too.
I think I typed in. Well, to be completely honest, I typed in pop punk in iTunes, and then like the first. They're like one of the first kind of like artists that really popped out at me, be like that would be big enough to get people excited.
True.
That because there's like because we already talked about MCR. Like Yellow Card isn't doing it, even though Yellow Card has some good songs. Jimmy Eat World has some good songs where they're not big enough. Green Day, sadly, is just too old, so nobody cares about them anymore. And I'm like, so like you had your like Green Days, you're way too old. So nobody. Same thing with Good Charlotte, you're way too old. Nobody cares about you. So like based on like this like brief little like search results, the best option I thought was Paramore because they're big enough and they have and plus they've been away just long enough to build like some nostalgic, some like that nostalgia vibe, which I think Riot Fest kind of like floats on with like here's some new punk rock bands, punk pop, emo, screamo bands, but here's some like here's some stuff you listened to in high school and college and stuff. So I think it fits that bill nicely.
Yeah, which is cool because you said that because like I feel like every year they have that one band that's like, oh, I haven't seen them in a while. Like Nine Inch
Mm-hmm.
Nails was there a couple years ago.
True.
Queens of the Stone Age, System of a Down had a show
Mm-hmm.
there too, and always finding that one act, man. But what I would love to see too, man, is Tenacious D.
Ooh, good choice too.
Yeah, they were there like a couple years ago too. I think the first time I went to Riot Fest, they were there and I missed them. But it would be cool to see him, or if they even pulled Action Bronson to come through, because he's killing it, and his last album was really awesome too. So
And as always, Josh, this is probably my favorite segment now talking about music is describe the vibe of Riot Fest. Even though I've been to Riot Fest, I just really enjoy you describing all the vibes of all these places. This could be my favorite segment of every podcast. This might just be a whole podcast and stuff. I'll just ask you what's the vibe like at whatever. Like,
what's
hey,
the vibe?
what's the vibe like at a Trader Joe's or a Target? They're just some of the vibes.
What's the vibe of Riot Fest, man? Is like Riot Fest to me, man, reminds me of that. Like emo will never die. Emo and pop punk will never die.
True.
Like though, that's the day. If you're going to Riot Fest, like if you've got a leather vest, like pull that shit out, dude. Like just get ready to fucking get rowdy, man. It's those, it's that crowd that like will really just have a good time. You know what I
True.
mean? Like if it rains or shines, rains or rain or shine, dude. It's fucking happening. Love with year I went. I fucked up a pair of boots because it was fucking super muddy, and RIP my boots. Yeah, and I guess like Vans and boots, I guess is how I would describe it too. You know what I mean? Like you got a lot of people wearing Vans and a lot of people wearing like Doc Martens and shit and like a bunch of boots and a lot of leather. A lot of leather and a lot of tight pants. So, dude, I'll go buy a studded belt, dude. TBT, man. That'd be sick. Fucking or like black pants and like that white belt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That look.
I hear
'Cause
you.
I got hella Vans, man.
You do.
And yeah, man, it's cool. I dig it too. So I guess that's how I would describe it, man. If I were describing Riot Fest as Vans in combat boots, Summerfest is underage drinking, and soccer moms for Ravinia, man. There you go, man.
There you go. That's a Josh report on all the vibes. And this has been the musical segment. So until next time, we'll see you when we see you.
See ya. Nice, dude. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Gaming Console Podcast. Now, if you're not with us on the social game, you really missing out. On Instagram, follow us at the Gaming Console Podcast. Facebook is the Gaming Console Podcast. Also, follow us on Twitter. We're the Console Boys on Twitter, so hit us up, tweet us. Everything podcast related episode wise, go to gamingconsolepod.com.
The Console Boys in the building tonight. Oh, what a feeling. I'm feeling life.
Console Boys are out.